And so as I got ordained, they asked me to come to Panodi. It was not easy, it was difficult. I remember there's a grotto out there. I go to Mother Mary and I cried that night. I said, I'm going to be ordained, I'm going to be staying over here alone. Help me to say yes. And at that moment, suddenly I remembered all the days that I prayed in the seminary that make me a missionary, Mother Mary, Jesus, I want to serve. And when it is coming to me served in a plate that come and work in Panodi, why am I so scared? And I just said 3 Hail Marys, and morning I got up and I told Father, yes, I'll come after my ordination. I observed people in the month of September and October are standing in big queues for water tankers coming in to fill water in their 220 liters can or 40 liters can. And I'm wondering if this is happening in the month of September, what will happen in the month of May? And there is a need to work at water management in this place. And I did not know how, because people are living on the hills. This is Panodi supposed to be a area where there is scanty rainfall. So there are a lot of droughts which are happening in this area. The year I came in, I remember that the whole of monsoon, there was not even rain for 2 complete days. So suppose the rainfall is for 4 months, monsoon season, we didn't even have rains for 48 hours, or I would say even 24 hours. And so the groundwater level was nil, like the wells were dry, which is around 300 to 350 feet deep, dry, bore wells dry, everything dry. There is no water around. Only what the government supplies the tanker is what we get. Some lucky people, those bore wells have water, could have water. Others people have to migrate, have to go out in search of work. When their parents go out, even the children have to be going along with them. So there is no schooling happening. And with this question in mind, how could we help? In one of the meetings with the priest, I was talking about this problem to one of the fellow priests about water problems. And one of the person is listening to me on the table, another priest. I did not know he is a priest. And I said, there is something called as watershed management. I think the village needs watershed. And Father Robert asked me this question. So, yeah, watershed, what do you know about watershed? And I'm talking to him. And all of a sudden, one father from there says that Father Robert is working in watershed for 40 years. And I was like, what, 40 years? Then Father said, oh, you should come. I see great enthusiasm in you. You should come to my place. Someday you come. Then he gave me the address. First time I went to Sangamner on my own. And I met him for the first time. And he gave me the address. While coming back, I went to his home. I found the way. Somehow I landed at his place. And he was shocked that you come here also. So he was so shocked that he was so much interested in the work. I will teach you to do watershed. Where the water falls from the rains, you catch that water. If you catch that water, the water will start running. That is, it flows down. When it is running, you make it slow down. You make it walk. Where the water is walking, you make it stand. And where the water is standing, you make it seep. So this is what the watershed project does. You dig trenches on the mountains so that where it falls, it catches. Where the slope is steep, it is running fast, you put blocks, you build barns, something called the boundaries. So the water flow is stopped. And once it is stopped, it will sink. Once it sinks in the ground, now we don't realize, because rainfall falls, the thousands and gallons of liters. So Father was explaining me, in Panodi, at a time when rainfall falls, there will be 10,000 tankers which can be filled. So much water. And if you stopped even 1/10 of it, the borewell will automatically get recharged. The wells will get recharged. And we did that. We did it in one of the villages. There was no water. And Father said, see, I will show you. We started working on that. We digged a well and rain came. The next year, we found that well overflowing. And in the summer, where there was no water, there was water in that village full. The well was full. And people from other villages where there is water supply were coming to this village to collect water in summer. See, I'm getting goosebumps because I seen it with my eyes, what watershed can do when it rains properly.
So we are not the owners of the project. The people are the owners. So they are the ones who will take up this project. They are the ones who will work together along with their families, and they will see that the project is completed, that the work is completed, and we pay the wages for them, whatever is due for the work that is done. The watershed also involves that it is not just conservation of water, but also in helping build the forest cover. So you plant more and more trees, so it benefits the environment. And another thing that is beneficial for that is when we plant cashew trees, the fruits that are there will be owned, the people will be receiving the fruits. So they can either sell it, they can sell the cashews, they can give it to the company, or they can find a way. Now in a long-term way, we also see that there is a lot of area which is between two cashew trees. So we have thought of giving them some vegetable seeds where there can be a double plantation. So they can have something for their families also, some food to eat for their family, some vegetables, so they don't have to buy. We began with Panodi, a short area. Then we also began at a place called Varvandi, that is very close to Panodi. And now we have moved into another district in Palghar, where we are working in a village called Poshera. So there we have worked almost 29 hectares this time, where the watershed work has been done.
And that is what we Redemptorists accepted this watershed project. Father Robert came and spoke in a chapter. And then the story began, and from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, I think 4 to 5 projects the Redemptorists have undertaken until now.